Welcome everyone back to another episode of Macro Crypto, where we talk about anything and everything involved in the crypto space. Today, we're jumping into the wild, wild west of the NFT world and discussing the most well-known project within the space, Bored Ape Yacht Club. If you do enjoy the content, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, head over to our Twitter page at Macro Crypto Club, and go ahead, give us a follow. Like always, the link will be down in the description. Let's go ahead, everybody, and ape into this content today. I know, that was cringe. But here we are discussing Bored Apes, giving you a little insight on where this project started, how it got to where we are today, and where it could potentially head for the future. Now, most importantly, understanding that NFTs are community driven. That's why this project is ultimately where it is today. And if you are looking for the next quote unquote, Bored Ape Yacht Club, then you got to understand that it's going to be difficult to get there because there's a lot of factors that play a role in why this is so popular and so valuable. And also, NFTs are community tokens at the end of the day. How you build your community is all on you and your community. Enough said right on that. But those are the types of projects that are going to survive in the long term in the macro view, in my opinion. None of this is financial advice. We're just here for pure entertainment purposes only. But understand that NFTs that have the best and highest, or the communities that thrive and are going to be the ones that survive at the end of the day. So just wanted to point that out. But here we go. Let's dive back into Bored Ape Yacht Club, understanding that this project started in April of 2021. Yeah, it's not even a year old. And it minted 10,000 generative apes at 0.08 ETH at that time and sold out in 12 hours. Yuga Labs is the creator behind Bored Apes, as well as kind of a unique thing that they started was they gave the IP to all of the Bored Apes holders, which is the intellectual property, allowing them to do almost endless kind of creative content with their Bored Apes. So we'll kind of dive into a little bit more of that later within this video, but hats off to Yuga Labs for doing that, because kind of they're one of their competitors, looking at you crypto punks, do not allow that. Also want to touch on Bored Ape Yacht Club OpenSea floor price at 87.99 ETH. Ridiculous. Over 400,000 ETH being traded within this project. Crazier. And then we do have about 6.3 thousand unique addresses within the space, which is also just massively bullish for a project that has been around for this long. A good amount of unique addresses within the space. Current floor price ape right here is the one with the cowboy hat. Pretty dope. If you ask me, all of them are dope. I would love to own one. I don't, okay? If you were wondering. So kind of also what brings value to NFTs if you're new to the space, but overall with the Bored Ape Yacht Club is the traits. And these are the top traits that are the rarest within the space. That's the bored unshaven pizza, the solid gold skin or fur, the bored unshaven dagger. The number of traits being 4 is super valuable. Cross earrings, the blue beam eyes. We got trippy fur, bored unshaven party horn, diamond stud earrings, the bored dagger, laser eyes, and then the bored pizza within the mouth. So those are your rarest traits within the Bored Ape class itself. But what brings more value to the NFT itself is not just how rare they are, it's the community. And this community is packed with celebrities galore. Understand it's Justin Bieber, Jimmy Fallon, Post Malone, Neymar Jr., Kevin Hart, Paris Hilton, Snoop Dogg, Von Miller, Lil Baby, the Chainsmokers, Steph Curry. Might have been one that kind of started that chain reaction for celebrities owning the Bored Apes, but Steve Aoki has it. We got Mark Cuban in the game, Timberland. The list goes on and on. Eminem, I know, owns one as well, which we'll show right here. Twitter page, Marshall Mathers. We got Jimmy PFP as well. Twitter, obviously, these are kind of flexes owning a Bored Ape at this time, but understand that that's where the value is being created at such a large scale, is because of who the community members are, celebrities, athletes, bringing more exclusive and more, jealousy at the end of the day, or wanting or creating individuals wanting to be a part of that community. And the celebrities obviously really help that. That's not going to happen for every project, but for this project, in my opinion, this is the number one factor currently. What's bringing so much value is because of so much money being poured into this for these JPEGs and this specific Bored Apes, and it's just crazy. It's nuts, in my opinion. But also talking a little bit about that IP, that intellectual property. Gwyneth Paltrow is another owner of a Bored Ape, as you can tell, removing the helmet and removing the blindfold and revealing her view of the Bored Ape itself. I only see this growing within the space and creating a little bit more value for their intellectual property and how they view their Bored Apes, or any NFT in that case. And this is super dope content. And that's my opinion. Again, remember, nothing financial advice ever. And don't listen to anything I say at the end of the day. But also kind of discussing some of the things that also created value for this space for the Bored Apes itself was they also dropped serum. I think it was like 3 different ones, 1, 2, and 3 to Bored Ape yacht club holders, and they were able to create mutant apes. 10,000 mutant apes were given out or for those original holders, and then another 10,000 were given out after the fact, or for I think 3 ETH was what they were sold for. And so that has a little bit, their floor is at currently 18.3, and here's some views on the mutant apes itself. Doesn't have the same obviously the same, flex that a Bored Ape does, but there's a lot of different holders like Shaquille O'Neal that owns mutant apes. I think even Steve Aoki owns a mutant ape along with a bunch of Bored Apes. So there is that flex as well with the mutant apes. And then of course, lastly, the Bored Ape Kennel Club. Snoop Dogg went in and just bought one of each, whether it was a Kennel Club, a Bored Ape, and a mutant ape. These are all part of the whole scheme of the Yuga Labs. They all do own their own IP, I believe, if I hopefully don't stand corrected on that. And then you have companies like Adidas also purchasing a Bored Ape. And understand that this is for marketing purposes. It's only going to create more content and more value for that NFT or that community specifically. I do see in the future where this is going to start ramping up for other projects as well. So the Bored Ape Yacht Club logo and that IP is not for everybody. If I might be stand corrected, I'm not positive with that. But in regards to the specific PFP and the JPEG, your ape, you can use it however you wish. That is yours to decide and how to make sure it flourishes over time. This is another example of that. Is this individual owns a Bored Ape with an orange beanie, and hey, it's creating a little bit of its own utility here, him or her, and passing out currently, it says in the Twitter post, giving out free beanies. Maybe at one point it's going to be having a little bit of a store for it, but it gives a little utility for his or her specific Bored Ape, which I just think is dope at the end of the day. And lastly, a little note, what's going to create more value down the line for the Bored Apes is they're coming out possibly with an ape token, which could be for games or distributed, airdropped, how it's going to be utilized. I don't know for sure, but at the end of the day, I think this project's going to be around for a very long time, years down the line. And which project's going to be the next Bored Ape Yacht Club? Your guess is as good as mine. If you have a good guess, throw it out in the comment section below. I do hope you guys enjoyed this content today. Until next time, everybody. Peace.